This is David Mann of Lotto Odds. It is September 1st, 2025. Okay, I want to go over what I added. I added a tracker, which a lot of you who have received your passcodes have seen. So I want to just go over real quick the functionality and also just let you know that I'm still working on it. I'm trying to fix some bugs that are in it, and I'm tweaking it and upgrading it for you. Let me show you what it's like. So as you guys know, you enter your passcode. If you don't have a passcode, go ahead and email me and I'll send it to you. It's for the $24.95 memberships. Whoever have that could be able to receive a passcode. So enter your passcode, enter, and you get into the site. Now, it's right here. It's if you go to play numbers, there it is right there. This is a cool feature. What it does, it will record your filters here, right? The draw, right? The filters. It will record these numbers here, actually the green number, and it will track these green numbers depending how many states you want, one, two, or all of them. And what time period do you want? 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. Okay, and it will track it, and then what it does, it can send you every time your numbers win, it will send you an email alert or text alert, depending which one you choose, or if you choose both of them. Now, just to let you know, I am working on I'm working on these two here, the alert options, try to get them working well. There are issues with them, so we're working through them. As for the SMS, it requires some kind of state law registration or federal law registration. They're trying to stop people or companies from spamming you. So you have to register a certain way and you have to describe your campaign that you'll be doing it with and stuff, which is a good idea for everyone. So you don't get bombarded by spam, but we still do, so it's not really working. But anyway, so once this starts working, you'll be able to verify your email and your telephone. You'll be able to click test to get a test, okay? And it will record those numbers. You see the numbers will be here. It'll also record the filters. So the first thing is going to record, let's do this. I'm going to go like this because this is going to be a test. I'm going to take you through a really cool example, okay? Practice. You're going to love it because it's going to take the numbers so far down, and I'm going to show you how many times these numbers won. Unlike a lotto odds, where a lotto odds is very advanced and sophisticated, where it has actually algorithms that actually change patterns after every draw, this one is mainly static. But watch how this thing is going to catch so many numbers and lower numbers for you. Watch this. First of all, let's just show you how the tracker works. It's a really cool feature, especially once I get it working fully. All right, so singles, and then what I'm going to do here, I already know this off the bat. Um, Hold on a second. Yeah, I have to take a look at it. All right, it's right here. Okay, so it's actually the code would be, let's say, 1 1. Let's start with this because I do 1 1, 1 2, 2 2, and 2 1. Okay, these are the 12 1 2 sums. Okay, focus on these. 1 2 sums. Focus on these. There's only four of them. Okay, focus on these. I now do 1 2 sums, singles, row letters A, B, C, D, E, F. What I mean by row letters, I mean by this here. You see these rows here, okay? Certain like we're focusing on 1 2 sums. So 1 2 sums will, in a sense, come out the majority of the time. For example, it'll start like with 50 and up. The majority winners will be up here and rarely down here. Say, for example, like 1 1, right? So you can go into the filters and you could turn off A, B, C, D, E, F like that if you want. All right, like what I did here. Because for 1 1, I identified it was 60 and up, right? 60. These are card numbers, right? These on top of card numbers. Under the card numbers, there are the pick three numbers. So, card number from 60 on up, right? From 60 on up is where the majority winners were for 1 1. And I studied all four of them. So, the first one, let's do 1 1. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to explain how the tracker works as well. So singles, and then we're going to go 1 1 here. We're going to focus on that, like that. All right, and we're going to turn off these. And then we're going to go here. And this is the row letters. right? We said row letters right here, row letters A, B, C, D, E, F, and then we're going to pick these pairs, right? So A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, hold on, let's take these out of here. Over here, just go down here. We did A, B, C, D, E, F. It's going to remove that. Did you just see that? 10 numbers. Oh, yes. It went down to 10 numbers, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to do this. We're going to turn this off and we're going to turn on these pair sums here. One, two, three, six of them, right? They're the ones that hit the most. So we're going to turn those on. We're going to turn off all the pair sums. Just turn them off and then turn on these one by one like that. Okay, like that, like that, like that. And you know these hit the most. 813, 822, 831, 912, 921, 1011. Like that. Now look at the numbers. 8 numbers. Oh yes, 8 numbers. All right. Hold on. This is look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this back up here because I want to show you. And we're gonna back test it. So I need more rows. So it's 8 numbers, you see. But we'd work when we're doing this. Would work with only 100 draws, removing 100 draws, okay? It can't come down to 8 numbers. All right, but now I'm doing this because I want to show you back testing, okay? Now, I'm gonna take it back to the, remember we take 100, right? 100 rows, we delete them. That means all the numbers that are with 100, right? The first 100 rows going back, okay? Then all those numbers would be removed. So we don't want to include those because you wouldn't win those because you're removing those. So we want to start with 729. Now let's go ahead and count. All right, let me just bring this down here. Let me bring this up here so you can see it better. All right, let's start with 729. Okay, now it has to match what we're looking for. It has to match this string that we put in. Okay, so all these 6 pair sums, these row letters, okay, that we removed shouldn't be in there. If there's a number that doesn't appear in our group here, which is these 8 and 4, it means because it didn't meet, and we removed it because of one of these row letters or one of the pair sums we didn't add. Okay, so let's go through this. All right, six, and actually I didn't have to do it on here. I didn't have to do it on here. I could actually just show you with this. No, actually, no, I couldn't show you this because when you do 730, you're telling it to remove 730 rows, which all the numbers repeated. That's why it's 0. So when you're using this, you're not going to do obviously 730. You're going to take it to your sweet spot. Maybe it's 100, maybe it's 150, whatever you feel. And I already showed you how to use that. When you start seeing more here, more green, that's when you start hitting your sweet spot because you want to hit the green. And there you go. See, I put 100. See how more green comes out? All right, so I'm going to go back to 730. All right, and we're going to go back here. Hold on, right there. And we're going to start going through the numbers. These were the numbers that you would have gotten when you entered this string that I just showed you and that I entered. Okay? And it is filtered here. It's still filtered. See, singles, and this is numbers filters. This still filtered, and it's filtered by 1 1. See? So that is filtered. The only difference is we used, in this chart, we used 730 so I could get more rows. Okay? So there. So I could back test it. So there. Now, 369. Where's 369? 369 is right there, okay? The purpose of this is I want to show you how many times these few numbers hit, okay? And we're gonna improve this even more when we add the other 3 1 2 sums, okay? I just want to show you how powerful this is with very few numbers. And this, my friends, is how we're gonna build the lotto pool, and we're gonna make big money. Big, and I'm not joking. All right, so here, let's see here. All right, let's just go through this. Remember, if they're not in here, that means it's because we had removed them, okay, from here. All right, so the first one, uh, 369, right there, we said. Next one's 189. There it is, 189. 367, 367, there's 367. And 378, 378 right there in the red. And I want to let you know something. If we there's only 12 numbers here. We'd wind up in a lot of people wind up playing all 12 numbers. So it doesn't matter which side it comes out. We'd win. Okay? And you can play too if you're only working with 12 numbers, for goodness sakes. You know, play them. All right? You can reduce them even more. You can take these numbers if you want to use advanced filters, take them to lotto odds and reduce them more. All right, so 378, there's 378. 279, right? 279. 279 is right there. 279. 268. 268. 268 is right there. 178. 178 right there. 279. 279 again. 187. Excuse me, 189. 189. 279 again. 169. 169 right there. 378. 378 right there. All right, you see that 459, 459 right there. All right, 369, 369 right there. All right, so you see how these numbers tend to be all in here. Okay, you will get sometimes numbers that don't show up because we removed them either through these, the row letters, or because the pair sums. Okay, but here you'd see them because we have the pair sums isolated, so that's good, and we have the 1, 2 sums. So the only reason why it wouldn't show up is because we removed it with this. This is the only cause, okay? Because we removed A, B, C, D, E, F. Excuse me, and they probably the number probably showed up in C or D or B, you know. Anyway, so that's it. Let's do the next one now. The next one is here, 1, 2 sums. So let's change 1, 2. And then from this one, we're going to only go up to E, remove it, right? Not F. So, and everything else is the same. So we can do 1, 2, everything the same, except we're going up to just E there. So we'll go 1, 2. I'll do this last one real quick, and then you could do the rest. So I'm going to leave this here like that, okay? And then we're going to go 1, 2. So I'm going to turn that back on, turn that off. So this is only focused. Then I'm going to turn this back on, right? And then you go A, B, C, D, E, okay? You know what that means again. A, B, C, D, E, right? A, B, C, D, E. Here, that's what it removes, okay? Because you studied the past winners and you realize because of these numbers, you looked at these numbers. These are the number cards, right? The number cards are up here. See the number cards, these? Okay, 58 and stuff, 78. That's what those are. That's what these are, number cards. It helps you to know what tends to come out the most so you know what number cards to remove. And when you know what number cards to remove, then you know what filters to eliminate, right? Turning them on eliminates them. Okay, that's how I know how to remove those. So we did singles, we did 1, 2, and we did these. That's all. All right. So I'm going to keep it at 7:30 because I already have it worked out here, and it's right here. Okay. See that right there? And here are the numbers. It only came out to 7 and 8 numbers, so 15 numbers. Okay. I'm telling you guys, when we start the lotto pool, we're dealing with 15 numbers there, and we're dealing with here 12 numbers. We are going to kill this. All right. Um, so isolated 1, 2, as you can see here, here's the same 6 pair sums. Now here's the different numbers. Let's go through these really quickly. And remember, what doesn't show up here is because the string here, that the row letters killed it, because it probably showed up in A, B, C, or D, E. All right, so let's go. The first number is 159. 159 was 159. Here it is right here. 159. 379. 379. Here's 379. 458. 458 is right there. 458. 456. 456 is right there. 159. We already did that. 289 is right there. 469. 469. Did we do that? 469. 469 was 469 is right there. 179 is right there. 179. 278. Did we do 278? 278. 278 is right there. We did 458, right? 458. Yes, we did 458. 179, 159, 278, 469. Did we do 4? Yes, we did that. 456. Yes, we did that. 357, 357, 357. Okay, 357. 357 is right there. You get it? It is crazy. If you take these and you work them out, right? And if you take the dates, right? These dates when they hit, okay, and you put them all together, you're gonna see that these things are hitting like almost every day. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay? This is why I'm telling you we're gonna kill it. I just showed you with the pattern how all of them are in here, right? You can see how all of them are in here and hitting. All right? This is freaking huge. You want me to do one more? Let's just do two, one more, and then let's see how that works out. All right, so let's do two. And what's the difference here? Look at this. It doesn't have any, this is really good, which means that all the numbers would be in this pattern, two, because there's no letter rows. There's no row letters like that to remove, okay? So let's try this. Let's go two, singles, and we're gonna go two. So turn that off, turn that on, and turn all these back on like that. All right, like that. And you're gonna see if you do 100 like that, all right, you got 10 numbers right there. See that? So I would just do 730, and you know why I'm doing that? To get more rows so you can back test it. It's already worked out here, so here is the numbers right there. Oh yeah, there's 20 numbers, only 20 numbers here. So let's go through these. So we have isolated 2, we have all the 6 pair sums that we working with, yes. And here are the numbers. And we got to go back 100 because you don't want to go with 8 because what happened is when you remove the 100, okay, it removes these numbers from there. So you don't want to do that, right? To back test it properly, if you're going to play with removing 100 draws, you're going to go back more than 100 to do, right? To do back testing. So 067, where's 067 is right there. 128 is right there. 256 is right there. 06, so we just did that. 157 right there. 238, and at one point it starts repeating. There it is, 238, 058 right there. 569 right there. 0560, we just do that. I'll just do a few. If I repeat, I repeat. Here's 056, 137 is right here. 029, 029 is right there. 58, 128, we did 128. 128 is right there. 029, we did that. 247, 247, 247, 247, right there. 047, 047 right there. 578, I think we just did that. 578, 157, 157. They're all in here in 20 numbers. Did you know that? Did you know that? You didn't know that. Now you know that. Okay? You cannot do this in your mind. Okay? So when you isolate two twos, right? And isolate two twos with these pair of sums, okay? And they hit all the time. Okay? These are the winners. These are going to be the winners all the time. Constant, constant. Just 20 numbers. Did you know that again? No, right? But now you do, right? And look at the dates, right? The dates where these things would be winning, right? You put these together. Look, August 18th, 21st, 22nd, 25th, right? And then this one is August 7th, 12th, 15th, 21st, 26th. See that? It kind of around the same days, even multiple times in one day. Here, look, 5th, 6th, 9th, 19th, and 27th. And then you still have one more on the bottom, 2-1. All right, this is huge, guys, huge. Let me show you what 2-1 looks like. Look at that. 14 numbers. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. All right? Oh yeah, the numbers will be in here. Except, however, if the numbers show up in this is A, B, C, D, E. Remember, when you have the row letters, the numbers could show up in one of these. I removed these because when I went to do the review, the numbers tended to be higher than E. Okay, higher than E. That come hit all the time. So, but look at this, 14 numbers. So 14 here, 20 here, right? There you go. 15 there, and look at that, 12 there. Now, the reason why we're going to kill this in a lotto pool is because there's going to be 4 separate lotto pools. Each lotto pool is independent. So for example, if you go into one lotto pool, it's going to be it's going to be these 12 numbers. So if we have 12 numbers like this, then we'll allow one number to be chosen multiple times. Oh yes. Why? You're going to love this, because that's when we're going to be making 6,000, 10,000, $20,000 wins. Because instead of you just putting $1 on this number, you're going to have like 5 or 10 people put on like $5 or $10 or even more. Okay? We get to that point with these few numbers, we can do that. And the win is going to be huge every time, every time this hits. And they will hit constantly. All right? All right, so anyway, guys, give me some time to fix this tracker for you. It's not that easy, you know, it's a bit complicated, but I'm getting there. All right, and the way this works is, see here, when you put the filters in, they're going to show up here, all the filters. Okay, then you're going to see the numbers here that's going to show up that you're going to be tracking. Then you put the start date, the end date, okay? And then you could either pick all the states that you want to track with your numbers, or you could pick specific states you want to track with your numbers. Then you got to create, okay? Then you have to create the tracking session, right? Create the tracking session. And the great thing is you could create multiple tracking sessions. So if with these patterns here, you want to create one tracking session, you could do it, and then you could do another pattern and create another tracking session. And then when you come here, you just click on each link here, and it'll show you the tracking sessions that you had previously created. All right, like that. Now, when you do create the tracking sessions, then you can go ahead and click track. Okay, and it'll start. But when you do create the tracking sessions, what happens is it will pre-fill. Okay, pre-fill all the dates that you selected like this, and it'll have pending and matching. The program will start tracking the lottery wins, right, from the lottery page. All right, the lottery results page, which is right here, which is right there. Okay, I'll start tracking that. And when it matches a winner with your numbers, okay, when it matches the winners with your numbers, show you here match, win or loss, win or loss, win or loss, right? And you could come here and you can review these. On the same day, you'll be able to see this. If it's the next day, this will be gone, it'll be empty, but you can then use the calendar and you can click on the date to refill this, so you could be able to see historical data for you, and then you'll be able to see your wins and losses. When you get a win, it will email you or text you, depending which one you want, or you want both. So I'm working on fixing this. All right. Stop is basically just stop the tracking. Delete, just delete the whole file. And once you choose your tracking session, you just do track and it starts tracking. I am working on that again, so removing the bugs, tweaking it, and that's pretty much it. But it is a really cool little tracker, and it's going to help you show you that what I just showed you, the strategy, is going to win you big, big. You're going to love it. All right? I wish you the best.